Good afternoon. How are you diddling? Excellent. Me too. Thank you very much for asking. It's Friday, the end of a long week, the start of a long couple of weeks for certain people in the UK. Hopefully you're all okay in those places. Welcome to another episode of Dazed and Confused, your 3 times a week live show here to answer your social media, your video questions, and try and help you as best as we can to get started on your content creation journey for your brand and for your business, making stuff for free, all that kind of stuff. So who am I to tell you anything? For those of you who don't know, I'm Simon Scholes. I'm the founder and creative director of Perception Studios. We're an award-winning visual marketing agency, and we help brands and businesses around the world create content for their social media channels that helps their brand, their products, their business stand out from the rest of the competition. Not you just bog standard video content, but groundbreaking stuff. We help them with videos, animation, aerial, graphics, all sorts of different types of stuff. But a few years ago, it became very obvious to me that not every brand, not every business was in a position to have content created for them on a regular basis. That means that they didn't have the budget necessarily to spend on that kind of thing. But we all know social media is about consistency, is about putting out regular value, putting out regular content. So what can I do to help those people? I sat down, I came up with a process, I kind of bastardized bits and pieces other people have been speaking about, what I'd been speaking about for years. I called it How to 9 Times Your Social Media. I turned it into a book. You can still get hold of it. It's like 99p on Amazon. And links in the section below. And it takes you through everything from planning your marketing all the way through to podcasting and all the other bits and pieces that I think you should be doing that are in between as well. And the whole point is that most people complain about not having enough time to create content. So this process, if you don't have any money to spend on getting an agency to help you, you can still create content consistently so that you can be putting your brand and your business out there into what is essentially a cannibalized marketplace. A lot of people shouting at the same volume, so you need to be more creative than everybody else, give more value, find different ways of saying what it is that you've got to say. And that's what How to 9 Times Your Social Media is all about. That's what these videos are all about, is to try and get you into that process of creating content that might make you stand out from the rest of your competition. Today is TV show host day. That's a bit of a mouthful, and no, but right now with this thing right here, you have the ability to be a TV show host easily. You can just open up an app and go live straight away. You can do it on Facebook. If you've got enough followers, you could do it on TikTok. If you've got enough followers, you could do it on YouTube. You can go live across so many different platforms now really, really easily. And that's your opportunity to be a TV show host, to start talking to your audience on a one-to-one basis so that they can understand who you are, create a connection with you, create an emotional bond with you potentially, maybe even want to become one of your customers or at least one of your biggest raving fans and share your content around so more people can get to know about what it is that you've got to say. So I want to encourage you to start thinking about using video, about using live video, and going ahead and just doing it. Live video especially is such a powerful tool. It's a brand new tool at the moment on LinkedIn. Not everybody's got it, but you've got to apply for it. So apply for it. If you get it, start using it. It's a great tool. And because not everybody has it, they push that content out really hard. Facebook push Facebook Live content really hard. YouTube do the same things. TikTok does the same thing. Push yourself to do live content. One of the reasons I prefer people to do live content over recording it is because if you record it and you set your phone up and you start recording yourself, the chances are you're going to stop, start over and over and over again, because we all aim for perfection. If you are live, if you make a mistake, so be it. You just keep rolling on. If you've made that mistake, it doesn't matter. It's gone. It's history. It's behind you. You just keep plowing forward with the information, with the value that you've got to give. That's the great thing about live content. And if you can draw your audience to watch for longer than, say, 10 minutes, then the algorithms go, wow, this content must be amazing. We're going to push it really, really, really hard. So what I want to do is give you 3 really simple tips for your video content, but specifically for live. But these are things you could do with your live or with just generally recorded stuff, although one of them you might not do on a recorded. But we're just going to go through 3 simple tips that will help you improve your live content, help you really break a little bit of a boundary between you and the audience, because obviously there's a camera there, but they aren't in the room with you. So let's go through them. So number 1, this is a really important one, and this is one of my big things, is the 5 Ps. Preparation prevents piss poor performance. You cannot go into a live video or any form of content without being prepared. If you don't know what you're going to be talking about on your live video, on your recorded video, do not create it. It's not a vlog. This is a piece of content to talk about what you do, who you are, the value you've got to give, talking about a specific subject matter. It's not about just picking up a phone and talking about your day. People don't necessarily want to see that unless you are a vlogger. But you're not trying to do that. You're trying to create content for your brand. So know what it is you're going to be talking about. Be prepared. Those 5 Ps are really, really important. Preparation prevents piss poor performance. So go into that live, that video, knowing what you're going to talk about. Introduce yourself. Now, one of the big things with when you go networking for me is that when you are networking, you get 45 seconds, maybe 60 seconds to introduce yourself, and you kind of rush through it a little bit. Well, you can give yourself a little bit longer breathing space on a live video or on a recorded video. So give yourself like a minute and a half to introduce yourself, who you are and what it is that you do. Don't just ramble on for rambling's sake, but give yourself a chance to talk to your audience and help them understand who you are. The big important thing is that, remember, not everybody is necessarily going to watch your live video, but that piece of content is going to sit on your channel forevermore unless you delete it. So you want people who are coming to your channel, stumbling across your content, whatever platform it's on, and they know who you are straight away. So you don't ramble on and then halfway through the video remember to introduce yourself. You introduce yourself within the first minute or so, making sure that they understand who you are, what it is that you do, what you're there to help them with. So that way, even if your friends share the content, if nobody knows who you are, they'll get to know you very, very quickly. Really important. Then you've got your story to tell, whatever your planned piece of content is about. That's why the planning comes in so importantly. And then you want to say goodbye, whatever your goodbye is. Not necessarily a sales message, but more a kind of, if you've got more questions, drop me a comment. If you've got more questions, drop me an email. Don't forget you can always pick up the phone to me. All those kind of things are little call to actions that might draw people to get in touch with you for further advice, for further help. You're not doing a hard sell. You're not selling a course at the end of it. You're not selling a book. You're not selling anything. You're just going, tell you what, if you want to know more, drop me a line. So that's number 1, is going prepared. Because if you can go into your broadcast, into your video prepared, it's going to make life really easy. Number two is talk to the lens. There is nothing worse than watching somebody look at themselves on the screen over and over and over again. You're beautiful. I know you are. You're a very gorgeous person. But right now, your audience is here, behind the lens. They are looking at you from that point there. They are not looking at you from here. If I talk to you here right now, the lens is up there, but I'm talking to you here. It's like I'm either staring at your chest or I'm looking over your shoulder. And there's nothing more annoying than when somebody does that with you in the pub, isn't there? You're chatting to them in the pub, you're chatting to them in a bar, whatever, on the street, and they're looking over your shoulder for the next conversation that they might want to have, or just not looking at you in the eyes, not connecting with you. You've got to connect with your audience. That's how you're going to build a connection with them. That's how they're going to like want to be emotionally connected with you. People buy on emotion. I'll say it over and over again. So make sure you're talking to this thing right here. This lens is your friend. It's the person you want to be talking to. And remember, you're talking to one person. You're not talking to thousands, even though thousands might watch eventually. You're talking to one person. It's the same in radio. It's the same in television. You're talking to that one person who is watching you right now. So that's tip number 2. And then tip number 3, this is specific to live content. Start straight away. Don't hold back. Don't wait. The amount of times you will watch a live broadcast on an open group, if it's a closed group, if this is like a paid for group, I understand it, because it's a paid for group and you want the people who've paid to be able to come and join you. So give them a little bit of time to actually come and join you on the live broadcast. But if this is an open group, if this is an open business page, if this is on your LinkedIn or your YouTube, anywhere, start straight away. This piece of content is going to sit on your channel forevermore. The last thing you want is people coming on and going, oh, that sounds like it could be an interesting video. And you don't start talking for 5 minutes because you're waiting for people to come and join the live. What a pointless thing to do. Just get cracking. Just hit it hard. Just go and talk to the audience straight away. Don't even remotely mention that you're going to wait for people to come and join you. Just bang, straight into the content. If people want to ask questions, they can do. If people want to leave comments, they can do. But get going straight away. Don't wait for people to come and join you. So those are my 3 tips to try and help you create slightly better video, but specifically live video content. There's loads more I could help you with. There's loads written in my book. There's loads on all my free content online. So you can go and check out my free stuff, or if you don't want to go sifting through it all, I think, like I say, 99p, you can go and get hold of a copy of my book. You can have a read through that as well. But there's loads of things you can do to make your live content, your video content better. And some of them are super simple. Really, really simple things, but those are 3 really simple things, I think. So let's have a quick look at what's happening on the different channels we're live on at the moment. We're on Twitch, Periscope, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hello to I'm going to try and say this right. Spiracell was taken. There we go. Hello to you. Hello as well to my mate Skinny Jean Gardner, who was on the live a couple of weeks ago. If you've not caught that live, I think it was 3 weeks ago now, go and check it out. It's so hard to concentrate on the lens. It is really hard to concentrate on the lens, but you've got to remember that's where your audience is. It's really difficult when you're as handsome as you and I are, Lee, and we are beautiful people, and so we just want to look at ourselves. But we can't do that because that's where the audience is. That's where they're waiting for. And LinkedIn Loser has just dived in and said, thanks for the info on the mic. Need a new one, and this helps. And not a problem. I'm not sure I mentioned mics. Did I mention mics? Maybe I did. I have no idea. Maybe I did the other day. But anyway, you're very welcome. Okay, if you've got any questions, whatever platform you are watching on, stick them into the comments. I'll do my best to answer a few of them today before I shoot off. Trying to be quiet because Mini Boss is on his daytime nap. So that's why I'm live right now, later on in the day. But anyway, let's have a look. So D came through the other day on Twitter and said, I've made a platform that helps people use free guides and a course I've created to help them find online jobs. I obviously don't want to make people without a job have to pay to use it, but I want to monetize the content somehow. What do you suggest? So the first thing that leaps to mind for me is sponsorship. So I would try and find, it depends on how your course and your guides are created. If it's locally, if you're kind of creating local free guides and courses for your area, then try and find maybe a recruitment agency, a big recruitment agency that's a local agency, not a big national one that just happens to have an office in your town, but a big local agency, and approach them and just say, look, I've created this thing. I want to monetize it. I've got people interested already to use it, but I need to make money from it. Obviously, that's what being in a job is all about. How could you help me look into potentially monetizing this particular platform? And sponsorship, I think, is probably a really great way to look at doing that. The other option is to kind of add on to it. And so you've got your guide, you've got your course, you give those things away for free to help people apply for jobs and find online jobs. But then what you do is you have a page specifically set up for jobs, and people can use your platform to learn how to apply and then literally start applying for jobs straight away through your platform as well. And those jobs that people advertise on there effectively treat you like a recruitment agency and pay for a slice of the website, basically, just to have their job on your website. So you say, right, okay, I've got 1,000 people who are out of work and they're using my website on a regular basis, using my course, doing my course. I want them to be able to come out the back end of my course and start applying for jobs, and then have different job companies or different companies pay for that space on your website. Make them pay a nominal fee, because obviously recruitment agencies are probably better at doing it. They've got lots of people already on their books and who they can push towards these jobs straight away. But you might be in a good position to just try and charge like a nominal fee to almost become a recruitment agency website as such, without literally being a recruitment agency. Maybe it's something in there. I'm not sure. I think the sponsorship thing is probably a better idea, actually approaching the recruitment agencies, and that way those people go through you to them, and you remove all the hassle of having to get jobs advertised and make money that way, because the recruitment agency is already doing it. These people have done a course, then they go to that agency and hopefully apply what they've learned from you into applying for work. I think that's probably a better option. So definitely look at sponsorship, something like that. Go and have a chat with people. Oh, sorry. The LinkedIn user says it's on the equipment list. Not a problem at all. It's a great mic. This is the mic that's on my equipment list. I do have some other microphones I recommend. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit them onto the list because you're limited to the number of characters you can use on LinkedIn. But if you want to know more about different mics that I might recommend, like lapel mics or memory mics, drop me a line. My email address is in that list, and I can drop you a line and let you know some of the other mics that might work better for you. Sometimes this might not be the perfect mic. You might need something that is multi-usable for different things. So just drop me a line and I can try and help you that way as well. Okay, let's have a quick look at some more questions. Okay, here we go. Back onto here. And right. Okay, here's an interesting one. I don't feel creative every day. This is coming from an anonymous. I don't feel creative every day, but I know I need to be putting content out every day. What do you suggest? And this is something I spoke to Ed the other day about when he was on my live on Wednesday. And you don't always feel like picking this thing up and being creative every single day. It's a difficult one because you do need to be putting content out on a regular basis. And if you have a small brand, there's a chance that somebody else could step into your shoes even within 24 hours. It's amazing how fickle human beings are. There is no brand loyalty anymore. If someone else does it cheaper and they're close enough, it's not going to cost you more to go and get that product, you will go to another store to get that product rather than spend the extra £3 or £4 somewhere else because they're slightly closer. So you do need to have content going out regularly. If you're really struggling, I recommend either number one, talking to an agency like mine and seeing if they can help you with content creation, content posting, all that kind of thing. If you don't have that money available to yourself, and not everybody does, I know this, I understand this. This is what the whole point of these live videos is about, is to try and help you start creating content for free rather than paying an agency to do it for you. Then look at tools like Buffer, like Hootsuite, like Tailwind. There's so many different scheduling tools out there that will allow you to put content out that might not necessarily be time specific, because things will be happening through the day that you might tweet about or that you might talk about on Instagram or on YouTube communities or on Facebook. But at least you can be sure that your name is still being mentioned on different Twitter hours, on different forums, on Facebook and things like that. You can't necessarily do that organic thing, that social media side of social, but you can still have your message going out on lots of different platforms. So yeah, look at scheduling content. It's not the most ideal way in the world. And if you're going to schedule content on, for example, Facebook, make sure you use Facebook Manager to schedule your content. There's a reason it exists, because they want you to use it. If you use something like Hootsuite or Buffer, it's great, it's fine, it will put your content out. But what happens is when it posts your content, it puts a small little hyperlink in the top and it says posted by, and then whatever platform it is. It'll either say posted by Simon Scholes, or it would say posted by Hootsuite or posted by Buffer. And the problem with that is the platform sees the hyperlink before it sees anything else, and it recognizes that hyperlink is to take people away from their website. And they don't want people to leave their website. They want people to stay on LinkedIn and on Facebook and other places like that. So use the built-in software to put content out. Don't beat yourself up about being on all the time, but it is ideal if you can schedule some content. If you think, you know what, I'm going to have to take a break, I need to be off for a week, don't kill yourself, but just put some bits of pieces that are going to trickle out through the week that are going to just at least still give value, even if it's hints and tips. One of my friends, he used to have like 10 hints and tips, and he just put them out all the time. He put them on Hootsuite, and he just scheduled them to go out every single month, just in a rotation constantly, so that he didn't have to worry about it. If he stepped away from social media, those pieces of content were still always going out. So hopefully that kind of helps. Let's have a look what's being said here. Yeah, exactly what Skinny Jean Gardner's saying here. I think we can be too hard on ourselves to be too creative every day. Exactly. Learning that no one is living their own life waiting for you to post can be hard. Yeah, nobody gives a shit when I go live. Nobody cares when I post on Instagram. I'm not Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm not Grant Cardone. I'm not anybody big. And so, yeah, nobody's waiting for me to post my content. Even some of my best friends who are huge YouTubers, nobody's sat waiting for them to be posting. They're not refreshing, going, oh, when's that next week going to come out? But when it does come out, they see it because they like their content on a regular basis, so it drops into their feed. That's why big creators regularly get high numbers of people liking their content. It's because those people like it on a regular basis. So when they drop back into the feed, that content is pushed at the top because the algorithm recognizes, oh, hang on, you like Simon Scholes, you've liked a lot of his content in the past, he's tweeted like 3 hours ago, but you've just come online, but you do like his content every time he posts it. I'm going to put it at the top of your feed so that you get to see it. It's no longer in a chronological order. It's in an order that the platform assumes you're going to want to see the content. So don't believe that it's ever in the chronological order. But yeah, you've got to remember that nobody really cares about us. I think it's Gary Vaynerchuk who says, I know I would have maybe a good 24, 48 hours on social media the day I die, with people saying, what a lovely guy, he helped me so much, and then people would forget about me. And he's somebody with millions and millions of followers. Lots of people know who he is. Look at Prince, look at David Bowie, look at even Michael Jackson, likes Michael Jackson, or whatever. These people have, they send waves through history, but they still only had a couple of good days of news, and then it was on to the next thing. So, yeah, don't worry about it. But just be putting some content out. Like I say, and like Lee said, it doesn't have to be mega creative. Just as long as you're saying hello, putting something out there, it doesn't have to be massive. Just a bit of value. Okay, right. I am going to foxtrot Oscar. I'm going to go and finish my coffee. I'm going to have a biscuit, and I'm going to chill out until the boss awakes. So I will see you on Monday. Thank you very much for joining me today. Don't know what time I'll be live on Monday, as usual, Daddy Daycare Day. But until then, thank you very much for watching. If you are brand new, whatever platform you're watching on, Twitch, Periscopes, YouTube, all those different places, if you're not already, hit the follow, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit notifications as well on Facebook. This is a new thing. You can actually subscribe to content, so you can like a page, you can subscribe to videos, and you can hit the notifications button as well, so that you get a notification whenever that person is going live, just like you can do on YouTube. It's as if they've copied them. And yeah, hopefully you will join me again on Monday when we'll have another Dazed and Confused episode. But until then, wherever you are in the world, but I know obviously places like Leeds and Liverpool and Manchester, really difficult at the moment, please continue to stay safe. And I know you're going to be kind of forced into doing that in Wales at the moment. You're going back into lockdown this evening. Just try and make the most of it. Try and spend time with family in your house and just stay safe. And yeah, I will catch you on Monday. But until then, thanks very much for watching and have a good bye.